Thank you very much. I'd like to congratulate Ambassador Vecchio and the Venezuelan government, led by President Guaido, for organizing this conference, and the Secretary General for hosting it. Venezuela, not long ago, was one of the richest countries in this hemisphere and was a magnet for immigrants coming from all over the world. It is now suffering the most urgent humanitarian and migration crisis in this region's history, a crisis that is entirely man-made and therefore entirely avoidable. The rampant corruption and nonsensical economic policies of the Maduro regime, combined with the relentless crackdown on political participation, freedom of speech, and fundamental human rights, have created a humanitarian disaster. The scale of the crisis, as we have been hearing today, is staggering. 1 month of food for an average family costs more than 100 times the monthly minimum wage. Nearly 90% of Venezuelan hospitals lack basic medicines. More than 10% of the population, as we know, has fled the country. Any solution to Venezuela's crisis must begin with the definitive departure of the Maduro regime, the minimum condition for Venezuela's democratic transition, a transition that President Guaido is prepared to lead. Today, in the face of indisputable facts, Maduro and his regime continue to assert that there is no humanitarian crisis at all. But everyone knows that this is false, and most of all, the Venezuelan people know it. The United States strongly supports the legitimate government of Venezuela, led by interim President Guaido. We've also answered his call for desperately needed humanitarian support. We have stocked warehouses full of food and basic medicines at the border crossing of Cúcuta, Colombia. And we are seeking ways to help bring these supplies into Venezuela, where they can be distributed to people in need. This assistance is in addition to nearly $100 million of humanitarian aid and over $40 million in development assistance that the United States has provided to countries in the region to complement efforts of what is now 17 countries who have taken in well over 3 million Venezuelans who could no longer survive in their own country. We most recently announced $20 million more for humanitarian assistance for Venezuela, and I can assure you that there will be more U.S. assistance coming in the future. We know that today is just the beginning. With our democratic partners in the region and around the world, the United States will do all we can to support the legitimate democratic Venezuelan government and the Venezuelan people to address the humanitarian crisis, to restore democracy to Venezuela, and to return Venezuela to the global community of democracies where it belongs and where its people seek to be. Thank you.